almost sounds like it's a like a psychological Trojan horse.
Why do Bitcoiners need a direct deposit account? Bitcoiners need a direct deposit account because forever, for the last little bit of time, the primary way that people would buy Bitcoin or people would like live their personal finances is they would have a regular checking account. So in the US, you have an account and routing number. That's the primary way that someone receives a paycheck, and that's the primary way that someone pays their bills. So when we talk about dollars, when we talk about the fiat system, when we talk about like the incumbent way that someone does their personal finances, like whether they're at a credit union or a big bank or a fintech app, there's an account and routing number involved. And so why do I hammer so much focus on the direct deposit, and why am I so excited to work on the like Fold product? Because having an account and routing number, but then the ability to hold USD and hold Bitcoin, or the ability to direct deposit a paycheck and choose how much goes into USD, how much goes into Bitcoin, I believe is like the number, like, I think it's the most impactful thing that we can be doing to get more people, quote unquote, paid in Bitcoin. Like in that mental switch of not depositing to a regular traditional bank and then moving your extra money to a Bitcoin app, like moving all of your money, like your paycheck into, again, a quote unquote Bitcoin app from the beginning, reframes which currency and which system is your primary system. Because forever, like I say this kind of like funny joking thing that like OG Bitcoiners were really great at talking about Bitcoin, but they were not great at talking about like personal finances. Which led to a lot of people kind of having this what I believe is like kind of a mental gap or like a mental limiting belief of like, oh, like, yeah, people over there can live on Bitcoin, or like a cypherpunk nomad without a family, like that person could live on Bitcoin, but my jurisdiction or like my family circumstance or like XYZ about the company that I work for, like I could never do that. And so I love it and I listen to all the podcasts, but like, Bitcoin is really, it's only long-term savings, like for me. And that's fine. Like, again, Bitcoin is whatever you want it to be, like totally. But I used to listen to a bunch of podcasts back in the day that talks about Bitcoin is better than dollars. Bitcoin is better than fiat money. And I'm trying to square that with the reality of how I receive a paycheck and the reality of like my like suburban American family personal finances. And so that's where all that comes from kind of like a personal passion standpoint. And then the Fold product has been this forever. Like Fold was about live on Bitcoin through the gift cards era, buying and selling gift cards for Bitcoin. Fold was this and is the leading Bitcoin rewards debit card. And so if you're already someone who does your finances with a debit card, there is like, it's a 10x improvement on using the Fold card over the debit card from your bank, purely based off the rewards. And now when we're refreshing and highlighting the account and routing number to a greater degree, that has always been there. What we're doing is retelling the story and telling the story that has always been there. But this concept of you can have currency choice right at your direct deposit level. And then that leads to kind of, that's when I then like kind of cycle into my next part where I talk about circular economy and like bill paying and stuff, but like I'll stop there.
Oh, very cool. It almost sounds like it's like a psychological Trojan horse to kind of insert itself in the existing framework of people to try and get them more comfortable thinking in Bitcoin and get away from the current system. Is that kind of like the tactics and what we're thinking?
Absolutely. Like, and it's twofold. I realized through talking to a lot of people over the years, both in person, meetups, and online, and whatever. There's two parts to this. One is that new people and like quote unquote OG Bitcoiners actually want the same thing. They just want Bitcoin to be money. Like, and so when a new person hits you with the like, how do I buy groceries with it? They don't want a 45-minute speech about Austrian economics. They want to know how to functionally use it, which is what you guys have been laser focused on through the YouTube demos and through your services, like just how to functionally use it and like be a part of it. And then OG Bitcoiners, like they just want to operate their life like more and more on it. And so yes, and then there it is the psychological element of like the next thing I want to say, okay, so American Hodl tweeted something just the other day that was really, really good. And it talked about like you can reach this plateau where, so that was about new people. That was about new people, and that was about kind of OG Bitcoiners. Then there's a lot of people in the middle that are kind of at this plateau where their DCA is not moving their long-term stack with as great of speed as it used to because the exchange rate is so high now. So that kind of creates like a lull in like the excitement. And so to me, when I think about Bitcoin content, when I think about Bitcoin products, there was a little bit of staleness that had kind of like taken in what used to be really exciting. And so to me, this concept of like direct deposit Bitcoin, get paid in Bitcoin is bringing a refreshness to the just like why I'm here, while at the same time, like giving you the ability to like increase your Bitcoin stack more than like other methods. So yeah, it's a lot of multifaceted.